Explorer here, and today we have another trail camera review for you, also from the Victure company. This is the fourth camera I've done for them, and this time I'm doing the HC400 trail camera. According to the ad page, it's a 20 megapixel camera. I don't put a whole lot of stock in what megapixels are claimed. Okay, what I like is results. You guys know that about me. I don't read the technical stuff. I want to see how it looks. All right, but first let's break this baby out of the box and see how it looks in the physical aspect. Looks like a pretty standard camera here. It's got the camo. Pretty much all the camo from the Victure companies have been kind of a dark, mossy oak style camo on them. Pretty nice looking little camera. Got your side sensors there. Your LEDs up here, your camera there. On the back of it, it's got the rope strap holes there, or loops, and that's good because sometimes it's easier to take a piece of rope and tie it up. Also has for the actual straps there. This one has dual tripod screws so that you can mount it on with those little security brackets that it comes with. Let's see, yeah, all the Victors have come with this little mounting plate for putting it on like trees and walls. Also with a little included strap there and some mounting hardware in it and a USB cable in the box. Okay, so that's pretty standard with their stuff. All right, let's open it up here. Look inside. I do like these latches here. They've got some of them have had little bitty latches that are kind of hard to get your finger under. This one right here, pretty easy to get open. Substantial little latches there. It's got the door, which I'm not a big fan of because I have a hard time getting that up there, but they have thought about that by putting this little pull cord there, so that's pretty cool. That's an invention. They're trying to improve on this design. Takes 8 batteries. Okay, pretty standard, pretty good size LCD screen, nice buttons, fills. And there's the dreaded micro SD card slot in the bottom of the camera. So that's not preferable for me. I like the side-mounted full-size SD card, but this is that little one on the bottom. It works. It's just a little difficult for those of us with big fingers to get it out in the field when it's on the bottom of the camera. So engineers, stop putting them there. That's just kind of an advice for future designs, future models there. Got the USB data port right there. I'm going to load this baby up, get it set up, and put it out in the field, and then we'll come back and look at the images and see how well it did. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we're back, and it's been about 3 weeks in the field, and we got a lot of pictures and videos and stuff to talk about here. If you just want to see the samples of the images and videos, if that's what you want to see, I'm going to throw a time up here that you can jump to in the video timeline so that you can go ahead and see those. I'm going to go through a few of the specs and through some other data that I got in the last 3 weeks for those of you that are interested in that aspect of my videos. I try to offer good, concise information whenever possible. Okay, so all the batteries went in at 1.62 volts, and it was 3 weeks in the field. When the batteries came out, they were at 1.37 volts. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, you're probably thinking, wow, that is like more drained than the other cameras had. Well, I've kind of changed up a little something in my format, and you'll understand here a little bit, why it's a little more, they've drained a little more of the power. Now, let's talk about the image files. Got 347 files altogether. That is 173 images and 174 videos. Now, I had it set to take 1 image and 1 video each time it got set off, and I had the delay time for it getting set off set to 30 minutes. The average size of the images and data was 1.9 megabytes per picture. That's not bad. I've seen less and I've seen more, but that's about average there. Videos were 2.6 megabytes per second. That's a little high compared to some other cameras, but it does say it's a 20 megapixels. So if it's a better video quality, then it's worth that data. If it's not as good a video quality, then we're just wasting a lot of data for no reason. And that has to do with the lens and the sensor and the writing software. All right, so that's the data that we have there. Let's jump right into some images. And first, I'm going to throw up on screen a nighttime image with some does at the feeder. And this is actually not a bad image for a nighttime image. You know, a lot of the cameras have been struggling that I've been testing to really get good quality nighttime images. This is not a bad image at all. The feeder looks defined. The deer are not pixelated. So that's a pretty good image. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. This is a late afternoon image, and you can see a nice little bobcat walking there. That's pretty cool. I always like it when I catch the bobcats. This one seems to be living around my feeder, and I'm catching a lot more pictures of them. So that's pretty cool, but that's a late time afternoon picture. You can look at the feeder, you can see the defined lines, the bobcat's in focus, so that's not a bad image at all. There's another nighttime picture with a hog at the feeder, so yeah, that's a good nighttime image. Another late afternoon image, this time with some cloudy day image there with some does coming in. So, you know, I think the image quality on this was pretty good. Now, let's go to some videos here. I'm going to throw a video of the hog coming in there. Not bad, not bad. I mean, you know, nighttime, there's always going to be a little bit of that graininess to a nighttime image because you are using the infrared function. But that's not a bad nighttime video at all of that hog. So let's go to the next one here, which is a rainy day image. And this one I found a little disappointing. I was, as good as the images were, nighttime and daytime, I expected the daytime video to be better than this, and it just not. This is apparently more grainier than the nighttime video, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's see another one here and see what this is another daytime one. So there you have those. You know, I'm not sure what's going on with the daytime video. The images, nighttime, daytime, and nighttime videos were pretty good compared to other ones, but the daytime video suffered a little bit. Totally usable, but not as good as I would have expected, considering the data size, which is larger than some other videos that other cameras that shoot video that have maybe 1.5 megabyte per second daytime videos and have a much higher quality video. So that was surprising. All right, so, you know, as I discussed in the beginning, you know, the attributes of it, it's a pretty good little camera. And one thing I do want to say is that I only think I had maybe 4 or 5 images and videos in the 347 that were false positive, meaning that was nothing in the image. But it could have been a bird that flew by, set it off. So the detection rate on it was really good. I'm going to say that right now. The detection rate was exceptional on this camera. Not almost every time it went off, there was an animal in the screen, and it caught that. It's a wide angle camera, not the narrow angle. I like that. I really do not like those narrow angle cameras where they're zoomed in because you miss a lot. This was wide angle, and it picked up well. About the only thing that I can say about this camera that was less than what I thought was the daytime video. There is one surprising feature with this camera, and I'm going to try to zoom in on this here, but you see this right here? It says 6 volts. So this is your power port here, and it says 6 volts. Now that's kind of odd, guys, because this uses 8 batteries, which means that it's running off of 12 volts. So this suggests that the camera has a capacity to run off of 6 volts and 12 volts. That's pretty unique. I've not seen that before. I need to kind of test that out and see how it runs off of 6 volts. I know it's done pretty good with the batteries on the 8 batteries running on 12 volts, but I need to test it out with an external power source in the 6 volt range. I wish all of them had a 6 volt power port. Because it's a lot easier to design a external solar battery system for 6 volt than a 12 volt, and I'm not going to explain to you why. It just runs. It costs 3 times as much money to build a 12 volt system than it does a 6 volt system. I can build a 6-volt system for under 20 bucks, but a 12-volt system external was going to run me about 60. So I'm going to try this with one of my old 6-volt solar battery systems and see if it works. Maybe make another video about that. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Remember, if you're interested in this product, I will throw a link in the description of the video. Just click on the show more and you'll find it there. Also, connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I look forward to hearing from you there. Until next time, this is the Jungle Explorer signing out.